Midweek football returns to the Central Coast once more here in this deferred round 4 fixture. The latest instalment of the Battle of the Academies. It is the Central Coast Mariners Academy playing host to the Western Sydney Wanderers Academy. Two teams with a long and storied history at A-League level, now looking to write the latest chapter in their academy journeys. Pete Pryor with you on the call once again this evening. An absolute pleasure to have your company wherever it is you may be watching from, of course. The team news is in. We'll take you through the lineups for each of these sides here ahead of kickoff, starting, of course, with the hosts, the Central Coast Mariners Academy. In goal returns number 1, Jack Wachorski. There'll be a back 4 of number 2, Michael Paragalli. Number 3, Cher Deng, will be partnered at the heart of defence by number 4, Andre Parks. And number 5, Harry Menem, retains his spot at left back. A midfield trio of number 8, Lucas Shikluna, 16, Prayag Tapa, and 39, Adam Hall. And a fearsome front three of number 10, Lucas Smythe, number 11, Don Neonkuru, and number 37, Bailey Brantman. On the bench for the hosts this evening, number 6, Jordan Small, number 12, my apologies, Tay Headley, number 13, Yanni Nassis, number 22, Rocco Smith, 33, Alex Guntunis, and number 40, reserve goalkeeper this evening, Dylan Parike-Cullen. For the away side, the Western Sydney Wanderers, 4 changes for Andrew Christensen's side this week. In fact, Andrew Christensen's men have never actually started with the same starting 11 since his introduction at the Wanderers Academy. In goal, number 1, Tiger Harper. Number 2, Nathan Barry. Number 3, Anthony Pansopoulos will operate at left back. Number 4, Donny Godich. Number 7, Marcus Eunice. Number 9, Nathaniel Blair will return up top this week. At 10, Alex Battalato. 13, returning to Plume Park, Aidan Hammond. 14, Zach Sapsford. 22, Jesse Cameron. And 25, Riley Hollingdale. Danny Horsted wasting no time in getting proceedings underway here at Plume Park. The whistle blows and away we go. And immediately out on the far touchline for a Wanderers throw. Thrown long in the direction of Nathaniel Blair, who returns to the starting 11 this week for Andrew Christensen's men. Hall driving one forward immediately in the direction of Neonkuru. See the pace from Neonkuru, keeping Pansopoulos honest. Good sliding challenge that as well from Paragalli. Final touch, I should say, off Pansopoulos and out for a Mariners throw. Very well timed challenge from the Canberra-born youngster. All the way back now with Wachorski, and it's Blair herring forwards to apply the press. Effective enough as well. As Wachorski forced to turn that one into touch. Keep your eye on this on the near touch line as well. A tussle here between, looks like Hammond and Paragalli. Is indeed. Aidan Hammond may feel he has a bit of a point to prove on his return to Plume Park. Of course, spent a couple of years at the Mariners Academy. 8 goals for the Mariners' first grade side last season for Aidan Hammond, before making the switch to red and black. Mariners once again looking to play their way out from the back. Well, they maybe haven't picked the moment to do so. My apologies, Paragalli just grabbing the shoulder of Hammond there. The free kick going the way of the Wanderers. Hollingdale stepping forward to take. 1 goal so far this season for Riley Hollingdale. Dare say he'll look to whip this one in. He does indeed. Wachorski comes a long way and doesn't quite get there. Well, he does indeed, actually. Just brushes off the palm of Jack Wachorski and behind for a corner. Not sure that was one that he necessarily had to come out for there, Jack Wachorski. It looks, for all intents and purposes, to perhaps be drifting behind. Wanderers with an opportunity from the set piece. Floated in towards the back stick. Rising with Satsford. Mariners look to carry it out of defence now. And Hammond's just taking out the legs of Shikluna, halting any chance of any sort of counter-attack there for the Mariners. A lively start to this one, as you may expect, between these two academy sides. Two sides that really do love to play front foot attacking football. I think it's fair to say. Mariners may have just played their way into trouble here. Bursting forwards in the middle is Hammond. Well, it's a timely intervention from Andre Parks. Maybe just enough to put Aiden Hammond off there. Hammond's very busy very early on. Heavily involved in the opening 4 minutes here at Plume. He looks to get on the end of this one again. He's throwing himself around with reckless abandon. Paragali, Smythe, Shikluna, looking to slide one in behind again for Neonkuru. Panzopoulos will be there first, and back to Tiger Harper. Panzopoulos now. Hammonds. Hollingdale. Back with Nathan Barry, and this time it's Lucas Smythe looking to apply the press. Easily played through that, though, by Tiger Harper. Cool as you like. Now they look to get Nathaniel Blair in behind, and he is just about, but for the intervention of Paragali. He gets a toe on that one, and again it goes behind for another Wanderers corner. Wanderers, of course, sitting in third position in the NPL as things currently stand. A game in hand on the top two, though, and a chance to propel themselves to the top of the standings with a win tonight. Testament to the great work that Andrew Christensen's done at the club. Delivery into the near post, headed just about off the line. Sapsford looks to swing that one in. Back stick, and yes, it is the opener. Marcus Eunice. Inside 6 minutes here at Plume Park. Well, he scored last time here at Plume against the Mariners. He's gone and done it again. It is the Wanderers who take the early lead here at Plume. It was all too easy for Marcus Eunice, rising at the back post there. And the live ladder will tell you that the Wanderers go top. Sherdang looking to carry it forward, only carrying it into trouble once again, though. They have a chance to go bang-bang here, the Wanderers. Parks coming across to press, and the cross delivered straight into the arms of the grateful Jack Wachorski there. That's a scything late challenge going through the legs of Adam Hall. Just a ticking off from the referee, nothing more. It's Riley Hollingdale going in late there. Oh, great pace to the opening proceedings here at Plume Park. If this is setting the tone for the next 83 or so minutes, we've got an absolute blockbuster on our hands. Strap yourselves in. Here's Paragali. Nowhere to go. Forced back to Wachorski again. Mariners cannot play their way through this ferocious press applied by the Wanderers, and they've turned it over once again with Battalato. Eunice, who scored the opener. They might have a chance to get forward here. A rare foray forward for the Mariners. Here's Hall, or Brantman, I should say. Still Brantman! Just dragged wide. If Tiger Harper's left hand upright, Bailey Brantman shifting gears, shifting onto his left foot. And it was a pretty good chance to go 1-1. You have to feel that Bailey Brantman perhaps could have done a bit better there. Shikluna. His turn to look to go through the gears. Instead opts to shift onto his right. Whips it in towards Brantman. Shots at the end of it all was blocked. Here's Menham forwards. Wanderers able to clear their lines. And again, it's that press from Nathaniel Blair. Paragalli plays his way into trouble. Here's Battalato. Little back heel from Blair to Aidan Hammonds. Back heel for Panzopoulos. Driven in deep, all too deep in the end, and a cry of anguish from Panzopoulos. A crunching challenge at the end of it. Referee says nothing doing. We've had plenty of blockbusters between these two sides over the last couple of years. The last 4 appearances, the last 4 matches, I should say, has yielded 16, in fact, goals. A late challenge there from Aidan Hammonds on Michael Paragalli. Referee Danny Horsted uninterested. Just wants Paragalli to get up and get on with it. Gordic across to Nathan Barry now. Now they look to release one in behind. Marcus Eunice was streaming forwards on that far touchline. Applauds the effort. It was too long in the end. He is quick, Marcus Eunice, but not quite that quick. The Mariners again looking to go short from the goal kick, inviting that press. Paragalli goes around Aidan Hammond this time, and it's his turn to try and play one in behind for Don Neonkuru, just out over the touchline. This is going to be an absolutely fascinating battle, little game within the game between Paragalli and Aidan Hammond. Shikluna nods one forward, Smythe. Tupper and Shikluna now. Tried to play Smythe in behind. Maybe could have thought about the shot himself. It really opened up a bit there for Lucas Shikluna. Took the unselfish routes. Wanderers able to clear the danger. Blair opting to go all the way back to Tiger Harper. Nothing on in front that time. Sapsford. Oh, he's turned it over though, has Zach Sapsford. Only momentarily though. Bailey Brantman couldn't quite reel that one in. Plenty of action on all 3 pitches here at Bloom Park this evening on the coast as well. Australia Cup action, the preliminary rounds for Football New South Wales taking place as we speak. Our focus is very firmly on this one here with Hammonds. Bumps out of a couple of challenges. Prayag Tapper will pick it up, and here comes Bailey Brantman striding forward centrally. Opts to go himself, Brantman. It's a good save. Sharply down to his right was Tiger Harper. One of many in this Wanderers Academy who's had some A-League minutes earlier this season. Another one here is Panzopoulos. At 45 minutes in a 2-2 draw against the Mariners' rivals, of course, Newcastle Jets. Been at the club for just over a season now, has Panzopoulos. Came up from the Victorian NPL system with Oakley Cannons. Cameron playing one forwards. They move the ball around oh so well to the Wanderers. Sapsford now across the face. Just too far ahead of Hammonds. He will pick it up eventually. Hollingdale thought about the shot, instead shifts onto his left and then it eventually does blast one straight into the legs of Prayag Tapper. Pensopoulos had his heels clipped by Lucas Smythe, who drops deep to aid his defence. The Wanderers with another set piece. Another chance to create a bit of destruction in the box. Again, Hollingdale to deliver. Goes straight for goal this time. He has won so far this season. Does Riley Hollingdale. Couldn't find the target on that occasion, though. It was audacious from the Wanderers 25, spotting Wachorski a fair way across to the left of his goal. Wachorski, of course, expecting the floated delivery towards the back post. Wachorski, long towards the halfway line. Shikluna, well, no real direction on the ball forward from Shikluna on that occasion. An uncharacteristic loose pass from the Mariners' number 8. He's got such a fantastic pedigree, of course, with his time overseas. Spent some time at Aston Villa and mostly known for his stint at the Wolverhampton Wanderers Academy. Here's Battalato. Linking up with Hammonds. Final passing towards Nathaniel Blair. It's a little bit too much on it for the Wanderers number 9. Mariners living dangerously, playing their way out from the back. And again, they can't get it over halfway. The handball, though, from Pensopoulos will prevent any sort of counter-attack or counter-punch from the Wanderers. The Mariners just relieves a bit of the pressure on them. Wachorski sends this one over halfway. The wind may be holding that one up a little bit. Smythe picks up the rebound as well. Pass was intended for Brantman. Also easily picked up once again. And he just clips the heels of Pensopoulos as well as he looked to stride forward on this near touchline. As we said, Wanderers flying high in the competition so far this season in 2024. A marked improvement thus far on their 13th place finished last season. 13th is where the Mariners currently sit in 2024 in the NPL. A win tonight could lift them potentially as high as 9th. But as it stands, with that Wanderers lead, they will go top. As we said, speaks volumes to the fantastic work that Andrew Christensen has done at the Wanderers. One who spent some time at the Central Coast Mariners as well. Won the premiership with the Mariners in the Football New South Wales League 1 competition back in 2022. Thrown in the direction of Aidan Hammond. Paragalli goes through the back of Hammond. Danny Horsted feeling that the Wanderers flyer maybe just going down a touch too easy there. You have to feel if they did win a penalty tonight, especially if it was that man Hammond. I know Zach Satsford is their regular penalty taker, but he would probably want to try and take it off him. Move once again breaking down for the Mariners. Cherdeng though stepping in. Bailey Brantman. Now Neon Kuru wants to isolate Panzopoulos here. Clipped in, well, clipped in behind. So just about through the opening 20 or so minutes here at Bloom Park. If you are just joining us, a very warm welcome to you, of course, wherever you may be watching from. It's the Wanderers who do hold that 1-0 advantage, courtesy of a well-timed header by Marcus Eunice at the back post. I'll tell you what, you've missed a very thoroughly entertaining opening 20 minutes of football if you haven't tuned in earlier. The battle between those two, Paragalli and Hammond, has been absolutely fascinating to watch. It's been a very lively opening from both sides. The Wanderers once again win themselves another corner. Variation on the corner, Battalato, Hollingdale. Shikluna's seen enough of that. One straight off the training grounds. They did work their way into the 18. It was building dangerously for a second there. Another corner for the Wanderers though. That corner count really mounting now. Another variation on the corner. All the way back with Panzopoulos. Thinks about the shots. Well, he's offered those currently in action on the back pitch a chance for a bit of multi-ball action. Local club Berkeley Vale FC currently in action on the back pitch in Australia Cup action, of course, against Parramatta FC. In action here, of course, the Wanderers looking to play their way through those defensive lines of the Mariners. Hollingdale out wide it goes again for Cameron. Battalato, Hollingdale. It's a well-timed interception from Shikluna. Turned over on halfway once again. Well, in fact, it will be a free kick in favour of the home side. Cherdeng just opting to play short to his centre-back partner in Andre Parks. Parks will now carry it forward. Central it goes for Smythe. Shikluna, Brantman. Great first touch to reel that one in from Bailey Brantman. Awaiting the supporting cast. One of who is arriving in the form of Tapper, and now Neon Kuru bursts into the area, cuts it back across the face. Brantman! And now Menem! Oh, it's an absolutely fantastic effort from Bailey Brantman, who goes down in the area as well at the end of it all. I think the woodwork is still rattling from here. Certainly by far the closest the Mariners have come to squaring the ledger here at Bloom. plenty of encouragement coming from the Mariners contingent, primarily in the form of number 8, Lucas Scicluna, of course. Mariners maybe just clawing their way back into this one. Neonkuru, Brantman. Little dink over the top was intended for Smythe. Barry gets there first, and now it's the Wanderers' turn to be rapid in transition. Eunice in a foot race with Menham. Eunice will get there first. And they burst into the area, cut back across the face towards Hammonds. Parks had body position, got there first. Nathan Barry feels his heels were clipped there. Danny Horsted again, waving play on. He's a referee who likes to let things go in the spirit of the game. Lucas Smythe in a tight tussle there. I think it was Barry who, yes indeed, had a handful of the big number 10 shirts. All too aware of the danger that he poses. Of course, 6 goals so far this season for Lucas Smythe in 5 games. Mind you, 5 of those from the penalty spot. The Mariners now with a rare set piece in their front third. Will it be the left foot of Brantman or the right foot of Scicluna with the alternate angle there? Scicluna's the one directing all the traffic, so you'd have to think that it might be Scicluna to look to whip one in. Or maybe he's just bluffing, who knows? We're about to find out. It is Brantman. Tiger Harper gets across, not quite convincingly to be completely fair. Perhaps unsighted by the big wall in front of him. It did dip fairly late as well, the effort from the left foot of Brantman. His goal remains intact. Wanderers coming into this one, of course, off the back of a very impressive victory in another battle of the academies last week. Down at Rockdale against Sydney FC, that one finishing 5-2 in favour of the Wanderers. Marcus Eunice scored a double that week, and he's added his 3rd for the season here tonight. Zach Sapsford, Aidan Hammond also on the score sheet for the Wanderers that evening, and Riley Hollingdale also scoring. All of who are starting tonight for Andrew Christensen's side. On the other hand, the Mariners coming into this one off the back of a 2-2 draw. They played here on Saturday afternoon against Manly United. Parks under heavy pressure from Sapsford. Well, he's done extremely well there, the young centre half. Cherdeng, Menham. Mariners head coach Lucas Villela was, of course, assistant under Andrew Christensen during Christensen's time at the Mariners. Under 20s coach as well. Battalato, another well-timed sliding challenge from Prayag Tapa. Is Lucas Villela's first season in charge of the first grade side here on the coast. After a couple of very, very successful years indeed with the under-20s. Clipped in towards Blair. Just a goal kick at the end of it. They do find themselves behind here though, the Mariners. Just about half an hour or so gone here at Plume Park. No signs of the tempo of this one slowing down. It's been absolutely frenetic. Brantman, who went closest to levelling proceedings just a few minutes ago. Now Karut. Riley Hollingdale was touched tight, though, to Prayag Tapper. The move just breaks down. Now the Wanderers look to switch the point of attack. Raking crossfield ball in the direction of Eunice in a foot race once again with Menham. We spoke about the battle between Hammond and Paragalli. The battle between Eunice and Menham is another one to absolutely keep your eye on. Menham, best described, I guess, as an absolutely no-nonsense fullback. Some of those I've spoken to have in fact compared him to the early Jacob Farrell. Of course, Jacob Farrell, another one who came through the Mariners Academy, now plying his trade, I should say, with the senior side in the A-League. And, well, that is indeed that man, Harry Menham. Takes no prisoners. And gives away the free kick on the far touchline in the process. I think it was Eunice who went down under the challenge. Tiger Harper. Panzopoulos wants it on this near touchline. Grudic opting to go short, and now they go long indeed towards Sapsford, towards the head of Blair. No, it will be Hammonds! And now Panzopoulos curling it! It is indeed! That is some finish from Anthony Panzopoulos. The original effort from Aidan Hammond was smartly blocked by the legs of Jack Wachorski, but there was absolutely nothing he could do about it. Anthony Panzopoulos adds a second, and it is the Wanderers who take a 2-goal lead here at Plume. Cool as you like. If you don't mind me saying so, I'm not sure that's the finish of a left back. He shrugs his shoulders, he doesn't care. Well, how will the Mariners respond? They find themselves 2 goals behind. Cherdang turning it over in a dangerous area once again. The Wanderers showing no signs of slowing down. Paragalli forced into the quick ball forwards. Only finding Blair, and now... My apologies, he found Barry, and it was Blair who burst into the area there. Went down under the challenge, but it was a well-timed challenge to halt the advance of Nathaniel Blair. Another Wanderers corner. Short options sent away this time. Whipped in centrally. Went through an absolute massive bodies there. Could have landed just about anywhere. In the end, just behind for a goal kick. Menham. Trying to escape the attention of Eunice there. Eunice just dragged him down. Well, at this moment, the Mariners don't seem to have an answer. The Wanderers dictating the tempo, dictating the play. The Mariners on a 4-A forward here as I say that, though. Shot at the end of it from Shikluna, just dragged wide. seemingly sinking without a trace so far in this one. The home side, the Wanderers, however, relentless, rampant. Hollingdale. Eunice. Towards Sapsford. Cherdang should get there first. And does. Sapsford, though, takes it away. Takes it straight off the toe of Deng. Worked into the area. Hammond was lurking. Spilled by Wachorski. Just about anywhere will do for the Mariners at the moment. And, well, that will absolutely do. Jesse Cameron coming forward and going through the back of the Mariners midfielder there. Fizzed in back at the feet of Paragalli. Again, Aidan Hammond racing forward to keep him honest. Badalate, well, that's really more of a rugby tackle than anything else from Prayag Tapa. Maybe a bit of frustration creeping in into the Mariners' ranks as the Wanderers again look to add a third here. Cross-whipped in, took a deflection, could have landed just about anywhere. It was Lucas Smythe doing the defending. Back adding some extra bulk, some extra height, some extra cover. But they'll have yet another corner for their troubles. Plenty of movement and action inside the area towards Eunice. Headed down and should be comfortable for Wachorski, and is. Thrown out to the far touchline. Menem. Well, it looked like he might have had a couple of yards to operate in. It closed in very quickly, but he's done well to escape the attention of Eunice this time. Again, the Mariners unable to find any passing lanes available. So well drilled, this Wanderers outfit. It's a meaty challenge out on that far touchline as well. Thrown in towards Sapsford, flicked on. He was the furthest forward. Here's Shikluna. The sweep one across the field. It hangs up in the wind once again. Bounces off the back of the head of Adam Hall. He and Panzopoulos both rising for that one. It looks like Don Neon Kuru and Adam Hall have switched flanks for the time being. Throw in long again over the head of Andre Parks. Hung up towards the back stick. Knotted down by Eunice, and Hammond! It had to be him. It was always going to be him. Aidan Hammond returning to Plume Park with a bang. His second of the season, the Wanderers' third of the night. And the Mariners seemingly don't have any answers. Emphatic finish from Aidan Hammond. So used to scoring here in yellow and navy And he's done it now for the red and black. In all fairness, probably the goal that his performance so far has deserved. The Mariners now look to hit back rapidly. Neon Kuru bursting into the area, goes down. And well, fierce protests here from the Mariners. They feel Neon Kuru was clearly impeded there, and perhaps his reputation may have preceded him somewhat. He has won 4 penalties so far this season for the Mariners. Danny Horsted, unmoved by the pleas from those in yellow and navy. Bailey Brantman this time applying some pressure on Nathan Barry. Effective enough. Mariners will have the throw on this near touch line. Found it very tough going so far in this one. Here the hosts, Paragali forced back to Parks, and again that Wanderers press is relentless. Cherdeng, Menem. Oh, skips around Eunice. That's great feet from the Mariners left back. Now a chance to get forward with Shikluna, Neon Kuru. Jesse Cameron's done well. Only cleared as far as Menem, though. Menem just runs into a wall in the form of Battalato. Pace has just picked up once again here at Plume. Brantman now. Prayag Tapa. No options available in front. Again, all those passing lanes closed down. They go across the back with Menem and Deng once again. Parks, loose first touch, managed to regain his composure and stride forwards. Now Bailey Brantman goes past a couple. Shot is blocked at the end of it. He's looked the Mariners most likely so far, has Brantman. Hit the post earlier in the half. Shikluna. Clipped forwards in the direction of Brantman. Just a little bit too far wide of the Mariners' number 37, though. The Mariners' rare spell of possession ends. Another crossfield ball in the direction of Panzopoulos, scored a wonderful second goal. Paragali seeing that one out over the touchline, and, well, Panzopoulos nearly seeing himself out over the back fence. Well, for anyone who's interested, last I heard in the Australia Cup, Berkeley Vale against Parramatta at Berkeley Vale were 2 goals to the good in that one. We'll try and get you a score update from that. I know Nick Kutniak would be very interested in that. So he says anyway. Our focus remains firmly here on this one, though. The battle of the academies, where a rampant Wanderers are mauling the Mariners here. They look to get forward once again. Paragali gets there just ahead of Hammond. Switching one out towards Neon Kuru. Awkward bounce, but manages to bring it under his spell. Now Don Neon Kuru. Laid off. Oh, blocked in the end once again. Wanderers' defence has been so resolute this evening. Nathan Barry with the block at the end of it. Wanderers want offside there against Adam Hall. Looked like he just about stayed on. Andre Parks trying to open his box of tricks there, but only succeeds in turning it over there. Possession once more, as it has been so often this half with the Wanderers. They're just happy to play a bit of keep ball for the time being. No real pressure on them. They do hold a 3-goal advantage. Battalato building out nicely from the back, this from the Wanderers. Wide it will go. To Pantopoulos once again. Aidan Hammond's made a good-looking run on this near touch line. Just a little too heavy. He is absolutely rapid, Aidan Hammonds. He's got a goal to show for his efforts tonight so far too. Hollingdale wants to turn away from the challenge of Shikluna. Shikluna had front position. Hollingdale forced to drag him back just as Shikluna looked to release one of those in front of him. Just about through the regulation first, 45 in the first stanza of this one here at Plume. So we wait to see the board going up from the fourth official to see how long we have left in the half. Probably just the 1 minute. Yes, indeed, just 1 minute of time added on. No real stoppages of play. As we said, absolutely frenetic tempo to this one. How's the feet on the far touchline from Brantman? Couldn't keep it in play though. Well, it's been nothing if not entertaining. Perhaps not so much if you're a Mariners fan, but certainly for any one of those in red and black, or even from a neutral perspective. There's really been one-way traffic, to be fair. And they might look to add a fourth just before half-time. It is the big number 9, Nathaniel Blair, who's drawn a very good stop out of Jack Wachorski. 6 for the season so far. The Wanderers' top goal scorer, Nathaniel Blair, turned 20 on Friday last week as well. Wasn't in the side last Friday against Sydney FC. Perhaps was allowed the week off to celebrate his birthday, but he returns to the starting 11 tonight. One last chance here for the half for the Wanderers. Hung up deep. Headed clear, and Danny Horsted says, yes, that will be that for what has been an absolutely helter-skelter first 45 at Plume. Goals to Marcus Eunice, Anthony Pantopoulos, and Aidan Hammond returning to haunt the hosts. Sees the Wanderers with a deserved 3-goal lead at half-time. We're off to a short break here on the Football New South Wales YouTube. But make sure you join us for the second stanza in about 15 minutes' time. Well, a very warm welcome back to a very brisk and blustery Plume Park here on the Central Coast for Wednesday night football in this deferred round 4 fixture. The latest instalments of the Battle of the Academies. It is the Western Sydney Wanderers who holds a 3-goal lead here over their hosts, the Mariners. And it is the Wanderers to get us back underway for the second half. Immediately Sapsford looking to burst forwards. Cut out by Medham, Nyankuru, trying to turn away from the attention of Battalato. Unsuccessfully, before Eunice is dumped to the deck by a couple of those in yellow and navy. Goals in the first half to Marcus Eunice, Anthony Pantazopoulos, and, of course, the returning Hayden Hammond. The Wanderers looking very good indeed for their advantage. Riley Hollingdale whips one in. Cleared as far as Battalato. Mariners able to clear just about as far as halfway. It'll come straight back at them. Chur Deng able to head clear under no real pressure. But it's going to come straight back at them. Oh, Hollingdale's just got that all wrong though. Looked like it may have taken a bit of a slight touch off his standing foot before unleashing the pass there, Riley Hollingdale. Wachowski going long from the goal kick this time. Adam Hall forcing the turnover by way of throw-in. Lucas Smythe picks up the scraps. Still Lucas Smythe here for the Mariners. Had one willing runner off the ball there, but again, that passing lane closed down ever so quickly. Wachowski. Battle between Jesse Cameron and Nyankuru. Final touch off the Mariners, number 11. Jesse Cameron working those levers to throw that one in. Chur Deng rising highest. And a good sliding challenge from Prayag Tapper to find Bailey Brantman. Still going here, Bailey Brantman into the 18 now. And just closed down around him, though. He's still got the football here, Bailey Brantman. Pantazopoulos has been excellent all night. Effectively marshalling that one behind for a goal kick. Well, I was talking to Will Gotsis during the lead up to this game, of course. If there's anyone who knows a bit about the Wanderers, it is the esteemed Football New South Wales NPL caller, Will Gotsis. A big shout out to him. And of course, shout out to his 8-year-old son, Tommy, who I believe are tuned in this evening. A shout out to everyone else who's tuned in. A very warm welcome to you wherever you may be watching from in the world. As we said, it was a frantic, frenetic, fast pace to the first half. Now here's Lucas Smythe looking to reduce the deficit, bursting into the area, going past 1, 2 and 3, and the shot at the end of it. Took a couple of touches on the way through, and the Mariners, well, that might just about be their first corner of the evening. Plenty of big timber to aim for in the area for the Mariners. Real clutch of bodies centrally towards Cherdeng. Poke clear as far as Tapa. Searching for that top corner there, Prayag Tapa. Drifting not too far wide at the end of it. Still the Mariners go on in search of that goal to bring it back. I do have a small mountain to climb if they are to get back into this one, the Mariners. It's a good-looking challenge. Well, not quite. A little bit too forceful. Pentazopoulos feeling the contact and going down. Working their way across the back with Jesse Cameron and now Eunice, who of course opened the scoring. Hollingdale. Wonderful switch of play from Hollingdale as well to Pentazopoulos. Battalato and Hollingdale combining again. Jesse Cameron. Marcus Eunice linking up well with Battalato. Blair gets in on the action. Barry couldn't stick the pass though, and now Shikluna. Looked like Brantman out there. My apologies. In fact, it was Lucas Smythe who was just in an offside position when the pass was played. Not sure if he wanted it a fraction of a second earlier from Shikluna. Eunice. Battalato. Again, it's that big switch of play in the direction of Pentazopoulos. Falls in favour of the Mariners though. Bursting forward. It's Hall. Shikluna. And now this time Smythe will receive. Shikluna, good feet as well to take himself away from trouble and find a teammate in the form of Tapa. Harry Menham now. Couple of ricochets there, falling kindly for Eunice. Now Sapsford with a bit of green grass in front of him. Well, that closed down very quickly by Harry Menham. Tapa. Dinked over the top in the direction of Neon Kuru. Couple of step overs from Neon Kuru, looking for the nutmeg as well at the end of it. Bit of a wrestling match to go as well. It's well done, Jesse Cameron. Comes away with it, finding Battalato, and across the back it goes once again. The Wanderers just look to settle on the ball here. Nathan Barry will stride forward. Searching ball in the direction of Hammond. Comfortable enough for Paragalli. Oh, and Wachowski, tell you what, it's not the first time we've seen Nathaniel Blair pressing with intent tonight, and that time he nearly caught the Mariners goalkeeper out. Wachowski going long this time. Here's Bailey Brantman. Hall. Good looking ball to Neon Kuru, but Nathan Barry's on scene first. The Mariners, in their eagerness and their urgency to try and win the ball back, have just conceded the free kick as well. Pressure off for the Wanderers. Well, it's been a better start this half from the Mariners. They really seemingly struggled against the tempo and the press of the Wanderers in the first stanza. They've grown into it a little bit here, though. And they'll have a throw-in on this near touchline in their attacking third. Brantman rolls his foot over the ball, keeps it in play as well. Support arriving, but support arriving late. Well, he'll have the corner. The Wanderers don't necessarily agree with it. Shikluna across to take. His older brother Dylan, of course, in the A-League sets up at the Wanderers. Lucas Shikluna whipping this one in. Backstick delivery, headed back towards the near post. Desperation to try and keep it in play, nearly giving away another corner. Just a goal kick at the end of it, though. Sapsford, who threw himself at that one quite acrobatically. Wanderers again, cool, composed in playing out. Hollingdale had acres of space there to receive that pass. Back with Barry. Haven't been overly tested, the Wanderers' two centre halves in Gurditch and Barry tonight. Well, Gurditch was tested there by the press of Smythe. Gurditch's clearance just cannoning off the legs of the Mariners' number 10. They're trying to pin him back here, the Mariners. More endeavour shown so far this half. Not yet showing on the scoreboards. Hollingdale, it was a loose first touch. Managed to just about get away with it. He'll have it back here as well. And now Barry. No options in front. That time, the Mariners closing down all the passing lanes, and Hollingdale is pressed with too much urgency. Prayag Tapa giving away the free kick. And the pressure is released. Smythe back to goal, feeling the contact behind him, rides a couple of challenges, pops out kindly for Bailey Brantman. Hollingdale takes it off the toe of Brantman. Striding forward on the far touchline is Paragalli. Measuring the cross, hung up in the air for an age. Headed clear by Cameron. Marcus Eunice, no options in front. Goes back to Cameron, who, well, he's felt something there, has Jesse Cameron. His clearance straight into touch. Not too sure what he felt there. He's holding his face, Jesse Cameron. It was Don Neonkuru who came forward to press. Didn't look like really anything in it, but on we go. Certainly no protests from those in red and black, or no ticking off from the officials. Smythe. No real direction on the pass, so Eunice has Menem for company. Finds Cameron, who launches one forward in the direction of Blair. How's the strength from Nathaniel Blair to escape a couple of challenges. Brought down at the end of it, though. Danny Horsted happy to play on, and Shikluna looking to release Nyonkuru again. Tiger Harper very alert to the danger. Driven in towards Blair. Park's there first. Park's able to clear, but Jesse Cameron towering over Don Nyonkuru to win the header. The Wanderers unable to break down the Mariners' defensive lines this time. They haven't had it all their way so far this half, have the Wanderers. They certainly made just about all of the running in the first 45. As evidenced by the scoreline. That's well played out to find Shikluna. Now Brantman has green grass in front of him. Brantman! Good save, Tiger Harper. Well, he has certainly looked the more likely, or the most likely Mariner in this contest to find his name on the score sheet, has Bailey Brantman. We'll see a Wanderer go into the book there for the late challenge in the build-up as well. It's not the first time Tiger Harper's been called into action in this match. Made a very smart stop down to his right, again from Bailey Brantman in the first half. Bailey Brantman also hitting the woodwork. They'll have another corner for their troubles here, the Mariners. Right on top of Tiger Harper. Pinball in the area. Absolute chaos, and the Mariners have pulled one back. Well, we certainly have a game on our hands here now at Plume Park. Lucas Smythe, I think, with the final touch at the end of all the chaos. The corner was whipped in from Lucas Shikluna, putting Tiger Harper under all sorts of pressure. And Lucas Smythe has notched up his 7th for the season. Well, as we said in the previous 4 meetings between these two sides, 16 goals, that's 4 goals on average per game. And we've reached that average. Could we yet see more? Now, we're going to see a couple of changes here for the Wanderers as well. Anthony Panchazopoulos has taken his leave for the evening. He's been excellent tonight as a left-back. And Marcus Eunice, who scored the opener, is also off. Ryan Devine on as well. He's just won his side a free kick in a very tantalising position, if you are one of those in red and black. 2 of the goal scorers off. Marcus Eunice did give a little shake of his head as he walked past here as well. Seemingly none too impressed about being substituted. Big opportunity here from the set piece, though, for the Wanderers. 5 in the wall for the Mariners. Strikes the wall. Well placed wall built by Jack Wachorski. Ryan Devine will just pick up on the scraps there and reload with Tiger Harper. The other change for the Wanderers, Adam Bugaria coming on, the number 11. Sonny Horstead's flashing his second yellow card of the evening. This time it's Lucas Smythe, the Mariners goal scorer. The first entrant from the Mariners contingent into Horstead's notebook this evening. It was a little bit late. Bit of a striker's challenge, I think it's fair to say. So still some 25 or so minutes remaining here at Plume Park. The Mariners certainly looking the better of the side so far in the second half. They've still got a fair bit of work to do if they're to get back into this one. And again, Prayag Tapper launching himself into that challenge. Adam Bugaria has just come on. Scythed down by the Mariners, number 16. On we go. Firm challenge that I'm sure you could hear through the effects mic here at Plume between Menham and Sapsford. Sapsford will pick it back up. Only momentarily, though. Here's Neon Kuru. Bailey Brantman twisting and turning. Now, Shikluna! 3-2. Game on here at Plume Park. That is an absolutely sensational strike. Simply sumptuous from Lucas Shikluna. Well, the Mariners were seemingly sinking without a trace in the first half. Lucas Villela has seemingly sent an absolute rocket up them at half-time. And speaking of rockets, what a finish from Lucas Shikluna. That is special. Suddenly the deficit is just one. Menham gets there ahead of Sapsford. Now Kuru. Hooked over the top by Smythe. Now Kuru couldn't quite reach it. Sapsford will. Now Battalato. Shikluna, who's been excellent this season. That goal really capping off several excellent performances back-to-back from the Mariners, number 8. Well, take your pick for goal of the game. I'm not sure whether it was Aidan Hammond or Anthony Pantasopoulos or Lucas Shikluna. Probably not Lucas Smythe's goal, to be fair. Not the prettiest. Doesn't matter how they go in, though. We've had no shortage of thrillers between these two sides over the years as Bailey Brantman looks to get in behind as well. Bailey Brantman! Well, we were saying that he has looked the most likely to open the scoring for the Mariners. Instead, it was Lucas Smythe and then Lucas Shikluna. Bailey Brantman, in fairness, probably does deserve a goal for his efforts so far tonight. The Mariners will make their first change of the evening. Looks like Tay Headley is going to come on. So things don't get any easier for the Wanderers' defence. Headley, of course, scoring in that victory over Hills United earlier in the season here at Plume. He's bursting full of energy. And a very energetic Mariners press, forcing the Wanderers to once again just pump that one over the sideline. Flicked on by Brantman. Cleared by Barry. Now Blair. Can't advance over halfway. Ryan Devine will chase this down. And perhaps a mistake by Harper. Just about gets away with it for now anyway. Neon Kuru driven in. And you could see Lucas Smythe just looking to flick that one into Harper's far post. Tiger Harper living life on the edge there. Tay Headley injecting himself into the match in a matter of seconds, nearly drawing the Mariners level. That certainly would have been one making an appearance on when playing it out if the back goes wrong, I think. Devine felled. Not illegally so, though, says Danny Horsted. Just a Mariners throw. Sure, there's plenty of those Mariners fans and perhaps Wanderers fans as well that remember the thriller between these two sides back in 2022. April 2022, in fact, finishing 4-3 in favour of the Mariners. 2 goals in 90-plus minutes. Joku won it so late in the 94th for the Mariners, but it could be the Wanderers breaking through here. The flag is up. Ball's in the back of the net, but it won't count. Zayden Hammond again was looking to add a second, and now the Mariners are keen to get on the move here with Bailey Brantman. Neonkuru looks up, takes one touch and doesn't quite stick the pass to Menem. Cherdeng marshalling that defence for the Mariners. Cherdeng looked like he might have delayed on that for a fraction of a second too long, urged by his teammates to just move it a bit earlier there. Now they do. Shikluna. Tay Headley. 1-on-1 with Barry. Headley clipped in for Smythe. Blocked and then claimed by Tiger Harper. Brantman. Turning away from Hollingdale, still going. Bailey Brantman! Every man and his dog here at Bloom Park thought that was in for all money. The spin on the ball may have done Shane Warne proud there, I think, as it just evaded the back post. And I think just about every one of those in red and black breathing a huge sigh of relief there. Tiger Harper's goal leading a charmed life. The Wanderers look to mount an attack of their own, a rare foray forward in this second half. Not to be, it breaks down quickly again. Hammond, though. Pulled back for an infringement, Aiden Hammond. Much to the chagrin of a few of those Wanderers fans in the stands here. Neonkuru. Trying to get around the outside of Cameron. Jesse Cameron's done excellently, though. Timed his challenge to perfection. Here's Brantman. Bundled off it. On we go. Deng. Parks. Deng again. Turns back out to the left-hand side where Menem is striding forward now. Hung up oh so deep towards Headley. Is perhaps not the target man that you might expect in that sort of situation. Battalato now for the Wanderers. Wants to play one in early for Blair, and does. And Blair now looking to get at the Mariners' defence. Still Blair. Stumbled just momentarily, and then taken off his toe. Well, this second stanza has certainly taken a turn. The Mariners have flipped the script in the second half here in this one. Aidan Hammond looking to flip it back in favour of the Wanderers here. Perhaps just over-eager there, Aidan Hammond. He's turned it over. The Mariners do have a player down on the halfway line. Just trying to see who that is. It might be Tay Headley down there. I've just been told, in fact, it looks like it might be Michael Paragalli, the right back, who's prone on the turf at the moment. Well, it's been an absolute ding-dong affair, this one here at Plume Park, and it's not over yet. Still 15 or so minutes to go. To see if we can find a winner. The Wanderers did lead by 3 at half-time. Goals to Marcus Eunice, Anthony Pantazopoulos and Aidan Hammond. Had them looking for all money like it was going to be a party in Western Sydney tonight, but the Mariners, well, it's been all the Mariners' way in the second half. Lucas Smythe, not the prettiest goal you'll ever see. Poking home from about a yard. Lucas Shikluna poking home from about 25 yards. That's how it stands, 3-2. We are set up for an absolutely blockbuster finish here at Plume. Will Gotsis has just messaged me and said, more twists than a pack of twisties. Wanderers in that first half, of course, showing why they do have the best attacking record in the league. 16 goals in their previous 5 appearances, now 19 goals in 6 appearances. That's nothing to be sniffed at, really. Up until this point as well, they did have the 3rd best defence in the league, behind only Wollongong, who at the start of proceedings were top of the table, and St George City. Long and high it goes once more towards Satsford, who nods it down and gets the return pass. Satsford, audacious, speculative, and sailing over the crossbar. Mariners will have another free kick for the contact there on Brantman in that aerial battle. We've seen another Wanderers change amidst all the chaos there as well. Philip Gigliotti enters the fray. He'll be the one-man wall here. Shikluna hanging in the air for an age. Sherdeng arriving late. Both sides appealing. Just a goal kick at the end of it. Mariners in that first half certainly showed why their defence has been breached so often. The second worst defensive record in the league, behind only Hills United. They'll be equal with Hills United on goals conceded after this one, as it stands in any case. But they have certainly turned the game on its head in the second stanza. The frustration on show out there from the Wanderers, and it's all happening. There's a Wanderers player who's been dumped to the deck in back play. Assistant referee on the far touchline has come across to have a word with our centre, Danny Horsted. Players being sent away. We are set for a fiery final 10 or so. Mariners still with a couple of options on the bench, of course, in the form of Yanni Nassis and Jordan Small. Jordan Small in particular, who came on and did well against Manly United on the weekends. They'll have the free kick here as well. This time Shikluna just goes short. Parks. Tupper. And Shikluna hanging in the air for an age. And that's well read by Tiger Harper. Always favourite to get there. Driven forward centrally. Cherdeng just going through the back of Sapsford there. Sapsford all too eager to get things back on the move though. Not on the same wavelength as his strike partner. Outside of the foot pass in the direction of Neonkuru. Will be picked up by Menem. It's his turn to play one into the channel for Neonkuru. Gurditch. Final touch will be off Neonkuru though. And the call from Lucas Shikluna, unironically, goes up, box him in. Deng rising highest, Neonkuru now. Shikluna. Good first touch from Lucas Smythe. It just ran away from him a little bit though. Now here's Paragalli. Shikluna. He's seemingly everywhere tonight, is Shikluna. Now Neonkuru. Shifting gears. Still Neonkuru. Wants to go back onto his left and he is brought down by Battalato. Hollingdale was in there also. Such a tricky customer is Don Neonkuru. What a free kick in a similar sort of position in the first half. And the Mariners with a free kick in a very tasty position indeed. Two very good options, or three in fact, standing over this one. Tay Headley. The left foot of Brantman or the right foot of Shikluna. Angle perhaps favours the right footer. Five in the wall for the Wanderers. Will it be Brantman or will it be Shikluna? Or maybe even Headley. Bailey Brantman. A few ironic cheers from those in red and black on the far touchline there. That one just sailing harmlessly over, and Tiger Harper in no real hurry, I should say. Hurry or rush to go and collect that one. Eventually we do pick up a spare ball, but Sonny Gurditch is going to be booked for time wasting there. As the Wanderers try and eat up a few more valuable seconds here. Gigliotti. Good ball for Blair. Still, Blair pulls it back for Sapsford! And that should just about be that for the Wanderers. They restore their 2-goal advantage here at Bloom. Zach Sapsford, the 21-year-old, with his 3rd goal of the season. Scored last week against the Sydney Academy, and he's done it here again against the Mariners Academy. And the Mariners now with 5 minutes to play. That is a cruel blow for their efforts over the last 40 minutes or so. I think it's probably fair to say that is somewhat against the run of play, really. But it is Bloom Park. We're no strangers, I should say, to late drama here. So where to next? Shikluna. Still going, Shikluna. Still going. Now lays it off for Brandman. Well, dragged just wide once again from Bailey Brandman, who's come ever so close on oh so many occasions this evening. Cherdang, he's all over the back of Sapsford there. Free kick going the way of the Wanderers, and straight forwards. Cut out there for Cherdang. Tupper, Shikluna. Brantman, oh, that's a lovely little flick there to find Lucas Smythe. Smythe, oh, he's just on a different wavelength to Don Neonkuru. Expected him to be operating in the channel there. Neonkuru was just drifting more centrally. We said at the top of the broadcast, two sides that just love to play that front foot attacking football. Certainly evidenced tonight. A game of two halves, really, it's fair to say. Harper, there's absolutely no interest in playing out from the back there. It might come straight back at him, though. Brantman on halfway. Bundled off it by Sapsford. On the move once again. Neonkuru is drifted out to the right touchline. Shikluna twisting and turning and waiting for an opening. Badalato paying him very close attention. Paragalli now. Swung in. The header at the end of it from Brantman. Well, I think he might have just picked up on the effects mic, just what he thought of that effort. Showing his frustration there, Bailey Brantman. In fairness, probably does deserve a goal for his endeavour tonight. He's hit the woodwork. He's tested Tiger Harper on a couple of occasions. Got the assist as well for Shikluna's goal. He's done just about everything but find the back of the net. Now we will see another change here for the Wanderers as well. Alex Badalato will take his leave for the evening. Owen Lual to replace him, who immediately takes his spot up top. Into the final minutes of regulation time here at Bloom Park. The Wanderers restored their 2-goal advantage just moments ago. Zach Sapsford making it 4-2. They might have just done just about enough to leave the Central Coast with all 3 points tonight. Don't forget, of course, 3 points for the Wanderers, sending them to the top of the table this evening. Towards Lyle. Cherdeng will pick that up. Now Menham. Now Headley linking up with Menham. Taken off his toe, though, by Cameron. Measured cross in the direction of Blair once again. Stretching to keep it in play or prevent the corner, I suppose there was Menham. Just a throw in at the end of it. The Mariners now just looking to throw everything at this one for added time. Lucas Smythe has toiled hard up top this evening for the Mariners. Does have a goal to his credit as well. He'll take his leave for the evening. Jordan Small has been introduced, as has Yanni Nassis for the final few moments of this one. Hung up back into the area towards Sapsford's. On the turn was Blair. You could see he thought about the spectacular for just a moment, just a fleeting thought as he half lined himself up for the bicycle kick there. Thought better of it. Just a goal kick though. Wachorski driven long. Gigliotti. Hollingdale. Gigliotti in a foot race with Menham. Back to Wachorski. Jesse Cameron ahead of Tay Headley there. Shikluna, Small. Late challenge on Lucas Shikluna there, who's certainly feeling the after effects of that as well. Physio is actually being waved on for treatment as well, and, well, Lucas Shikluna, who is certainly one who understands the urgency that befalls them, has remained down, and that's certainly not a good sign for the Mariners' talisman. Might just be a touch of cramp for Lucas Shikluna as he looks to stretch out that right hamstring. He is going to have to leave the field of play, having received some treatment there. So the Mariners, for the final stages of this one, at least temporarily, will be down to 10. Shikluna waved back on. Moving a little gingerly in fairness, but on we go. And the Wanderers looking to add an exclamation mark on things here with Nathaniel Blair bursting into the area. Blair! It was 5-2 last week, and it's 5-2 once again this week. That certainly ices the game for the Wanderers. They will go top of the table tonight. Nathaniel Blair has the goal that his performance and endeavour so richly deserves. Bit of a belated birthday present as well, having turned 20 on Friday, Nathaniel Blair. His 7th of the season in just his 4th appearance. And it's hard to say, even if not solely just based on that first half performance, that the Wanderers, probably on the balance of things, do deserve all 3 points here tonight. Back underway, Menham. Nassus. Now Menham again. A very advanced position. He's won his side of corner. Shikluna will come forward to take it, and you can see just how tired those legs are as well. He's played just about every minute of football for the Mariners, has Lucas Shikluna, as he looks to whip this one in. Near post delivery, headed clear comfortably enough, and that will indeed be that here at Plume Park. A 5-star performance from the Wanderers in the first half at least was pegged back by the Mariners, who very much said game on in the second half. The Wanderers went bang, bang, bang in the first stanza. Goals to Marcus Eunice, Anthony Panchazopoulos and Aidan Hammond in the first half. Pegged back by Lucas Smythe and Lucas Shikluna in the second to set up an absolutely grandstand finish here at Plume. It looks for all money like the Mariners had clawed their way back into the contest, but for a sucker punch from Zach Sapsford, and the cherry on the icing on the cake for the Wanderers tonight, delivered by the late birthday boy, Nathaniel Blair. The Wanderers go top of the table, ahead of Wollongong Wolves. As for the Mariners, it's back to the drawing boards as they take on bottom of the table Spirit FC down at Christie Park this weekend. It's been a very happy homecoming, of course, for both Andrew Christensen and Aidan Hammond this week as well. Aidan Hammond notching up that third goal in a very lively and impressive performance from the former Mariner. Well, that's just about all we have time for this week in this deferred round 4 fixture. It's been an absolute pleasure having your company as always on the Football New South Wales channels. But from me, Pete Pryor, it's bye for now.